The light provided by a fire can pierce the darkness, revealing the secrets of the unknown. It offers protection as it can keep wild beasts at bay. It can provide warmth through the cold nights. It has purification properties. Used to boil water, it can neutralize dangerous bacteria and microbes like cholera. For those who may be stranded in remote areas, its smoke and light can be used as a signal. Fire can also be destructive. It can set ablaze a dwelling structure or raise a vast amount of a forest. Fire and its uses are seen in the Bible. This is Inspirational Moments. One of the first mentions of flame or fire in the Bible occurs during the expulsion of humanity from the Garden of Eden. Genesis 3:24. So he drove out the man, and he placed cherubim at the east of the Garden of Eden, and a flaming sword which turned every way, to guard the way to the tree of life. During the saga of the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, fire once again makes an appearance, this time at the very behest of God. Genesis 19:4 describes the scene. Then the Lord rained brimstone and fire on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens. Fire would once again be used in a destructive manner, this time in Egypt. Exodus 9:24. So there was hail, and fire mingled with the hail, so very heavy that there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. Fire's destructive power is used by God in these examples. Another property of fire described in the Bible is of a sign for a sacrifice. Leviticus 3:5 explain, and Aaron's son shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is on the wood that is on the fire, as an offering made by fire, a sweet aroma to the Lord. Here the sons of Aaron are instructed to make a sacrifice with fire. God used the reverse with the prophet Elijah, with God providing the fire for the sacrifice. 1 Kings 18:38 and 39. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and it licked up the water that was in the trench. Now when all these people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, "The Lord, He is God. The Lord, He is God." For the witnesses, fire was seen as a sign and presence of God. This recognition by the witnesses was not by accident, as God had appeared with properties of fire and flame previously. In Exodus 3, verse 2, God appears to Moses as a flame, and the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of a bush. So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. And Exodus 24:17 describes the presence of God as observed by the children of Israel. The sight of the glory of the Lord was like a consuming fire on the top of the mountain in the eyes of the children of Israel. The disciple John describes the very sight of God in Revelation 1:14. His head and hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes like a flame of fire. Here the very eyes of God are likened to the flames of a fire. Hebrews 12:29 is definite in its description of God. For our God is a consuming fire. God has used fire multiple times in the history of the world. Is there another instance where flame would be used again? Yes. And the Bible gives the instance, possibly the last, where flames would be used. Revelation 29 and 10 describes scenes from the end of the world. Then they went up on the breadth of the earth and surrounded the camp of the saints and the beloved city, and fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. The devil who deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. And Revelation 21, 14 and 15 is one of the last times fire is mentioned in the Bible. Then death and Hades were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And any one not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. In Revelation, at the end of the world, fire is used to destroy and cleanse the world of Satan's presence and influence. Let us not be amongst the destroyed as with the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Let us see God and fire as described in Exodus 3:2 and seen by Moses, as opposed to the way God will use fire in Revelation 20 and 21.
If you are not subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button for more inspirational moments and ring the notification bell to get videos as they are posted. And if you were inspired by this video, click the like button and don't forget to share it with others. Join us next week for more inspirational moments.